Hello, everyone. Thank you all for watching this interview. I'd like to first apologize in advance. My microphone wasn't being picked up during that interview, so I had to re record my voice, so there might be some audio and video differences during the video. I do apologize, but without further ado, here it is. Hello, everyone, and welcome to HTCG News. I'm your host, Sean Farmer, and we have a special guest with us today,
Hey guys, what's going on?
Colin Dunn, the developer of Cards of Creation, an HTCG that is in the works. Displayed right now are some of his cards. You can find more information of his cards in the description below.
I'm not necessarily sure. I just no, thank you for the opportunity. This is my first ever interview. So yeah, thanks for having me.
What is the name of your company, if you have one, that represents your game?
Yes, we're called Extremely Average Games.
That's a pretty cool name. What made you think of it?
Um, when I used to stream games, I'm not necessarily great at anything. I'm very average at everything, and I don't just extremely average came out of that, and then I just decided to name my company Extremely Average Games.
What is your game about?
Um, you're talking like lore wise, or
Yeah, let's go with lore-wise.
basically, my game is about well, it's set in I guess in a realm that is separate from everything else. It's these five mages were I guess banished to this realm after fighting so much it caused a rift to open up, and they all got sucked in and then banished to it, so they can no longer leave. And they're doing constant battle, and seeing as in they can't leave this realm, they like astral project themselves and go through the rift, and then they pull creatures from all time and space dimensions and all that kind of stuff. So it opens up a lot of creature ideas and stuff like that. And yeah, so it's basically you are yourself. You're technically a mage, I guess, but you don't necessarily have to have the mage card in your deck. But you're just choosing your element or two, depending on how you want to play, and you are just trying to take rule of the realm.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
What makes your game different from others?
that is a very good question. I've played many trading card games in my life, and sometimes I find them to be way too hard to understand or really hard to get into. And I wanted to simplify all that really hard stuff. Um, like my game has been called Baby Magic before.
Okay.
So it plays like Magic, but it's way different. But what makes my game very different, my own thing that I have in it, I have the relic system. The relic system is you can have up to 7 different relics in your deck, and these are like kind of game-changing cards. You can only have one depending on the relic that you have. I can give an example. I have a relic called the Immortal Elixir. It basically you shuffle your discard pile back into your deck. I don't know. It's just like those just little game-changing things that can occur throughout the game. Also, there is no playing spells and anything like that on your opponent's turn. So they can actually sit and strategize rather than like, okay, am I going to get wrecked on my own turn or like something like that. So I really wanted to simplify it all and kind of add my own little twist to all these other games that are out there.
What are some other things that make your game more simple?
um, Let me think here. What I have in my game is I have different types of cards, but one thing that I guess would simplify it a little better is my resource system. See, in like I can use Magic again for an example. They use land cards for mana, and like when you draw your hand, you pick up a card. You just really hope that you can get one, and you know, if you're me and play Magic, you tend to get mana screwed all the time because you know things happen. So in my game, well, it's not called mana; it's called tribute. Basically, you're sacrificing a card, and you put it down into what is called your tribute
Mm-hmm.
zone. So any element, like any creature in a specific element, relics can't be used as tribute, but
Hmm.
you put those cards into your tribute zone. You cannot no longer use the creature or its abilities unless it has an effect while being in the tribute zone. But
Okay.
yeah, so like you can use anything as as tribute, so you're never mana screwed at all.
It's an interesting concept. Could you tell me more about the
Uh,
tribute zone?
Technically, they're not like in play, but so they don't actually enter the field at all. But they're it's good. This is I'm trying to figure out a way to put this. So you can like I've heard people say that like because I haven't really thoroughly explained how my game works, and I really need to do that. But when the card is put into the tribute zone, it stays there. It's not destroyed. It's permanently down in your tribute zone, so you can always like you can use it on your next turn and all that kind of stuff. Um, and some cards they have effects while being in the tribute zone. So yeah. But if you're like really hurting or anything like that, you don't have to put it in the tribute zone. You can like to have a creature out or something like that. So I gives you a lot of options and stuff like that.
What inspired you to create your game?
Well, as I said before, I've played many trading card games, and I've moved around a lot. So I haven't kept the same amount of friends as I normally would, and I stopped playing all those trading card games. And just one day, I stumbled upon the trading card game community on YouTube, and I just
Hmm.
watched them while I drew, and I just thought, hey, maybe I should try this, and I
Mm-hmm.
did, and that's all the other homemade trading card games inspired me to do what I'm currently doing.
Ah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What are some strengths and weaknesses in the progression of your game?
Ooh, my inability to draw well. I I'm not terrible, but I am in no way great. I've been drawing all my life, but I haven't really sat down to like to develop my skill.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably been my biggest roadblock there. Um, and just sometimes I run out of ideas, but then I realize that my game is based in a realm that's anything is possible. So I just get over that immediately. But
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
What has been the biggest roadblocks with developing your game thus far?
I mean, I'm sure there will be roadblocks in the future. I mean, with everybody there is, but I've really over the past year and a bit, it's almost been 2 years that I've been developing this game. Um, I've changed all like how the cards look now, and I'm actually more motivated than I was before because personally, I think it looks really good now, and I'm just more excited to get my game get it progressed further and for everybody else to enjoy. So I think there will be less roadblocks, I believe.
Is there anything else you're working on for Cards of Creation?
Actually, I do. I am. I've been writing a novel along with the development of the game. I'm actually going to release it on the Game Crafter as well, because that's where I saw my stuff is on the Game Crafter. I'm going to be releasing like chapters of the book, and then in that book, there's going to be like promo cards and stuff that you can only get with buying the novel. And we're also going to be developing a board game as well.
Is there anything else you'd like to bring up about your card game before we go ahead and call this quits?
Um, oh, I do want to let everybody know I'm not doing this entirely on my own. I do have a couple people that are working with me. Um, my best friend Josh is like my idea guy. He binge plays a lot of video games, so he's littered with ideas. So yeah, he's always like, oh, I got a card idea. So he usually gives me ideas, and he's actually learning to draw right now too and help out. My brother Josh, he has been drawing his whole life too, and he has been helping out by giving me a few drawings here and there, just because he wants to get his artwork out there a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And I do have another artist, um, and he's absolutely fantastic. I can't thank him enough. His name is David Barron. He
Mm-hmm.
draws like I have this thing up here. This is can't know, I don't
Oh,
know if
nice.
you can see it. Yeah, no, he's pretty good. He's he's amazing. And he's helped out with like my master creatures in my
Mm-hmm.
in the game, and those are like the highest rarity, I guess.
Okay.
It's like the really good cards. Yeah, he's helped out with those, and I can't thank them enough. But I don't want to take all the credit
Mm-hmm.
for everything. But yeah,
All right. Well, thanks once again for joining us.
thank you.